Feeling a little art craft crazy? Hi, I'm Donna from Art Craft Crazy, and today I'm going to show you how I made these scrap paper notepads. I've glued them at the top so that you can tear the pages off one by one. We all end up with a pile of offcuts or leftover scrapbook papers like this. These are my biggest sheets, but you've still got to have somewhere to put them. So the pieces I've used for this demonstration are smaller, but you sort of get what I mean. You can also use this same method to make this dot grid paper notepad. I've just printed this up. I've printed out several sheets. Now typically a notepad is glued at the top or on the side, and that's so you can peel off one page at a time. Normally you would use a flexible padding compound, but I know that not everybody has access to this particular glue. So I'm going to show you in this demonstration how to use the PVA glue. The only thing is you just have to make sure you get the acid free and the pH neutral. That is important. Now once you've cut out all your papers, you need a backing. You can use a heavy one like this or just a normal cardstock. You can do this with cardstock or your papers. Just loosely let them all fall down to the bottom because this is the top that we're going to glue. Now I used the grid on my mat as a guide to cut out my strips, so I want them all roughly the same width. It doesn't matter how long they are as long as they're roughly the same width. So about 10 centimeters wide or 2 lots of these squares on my grid. I just put some holding clips on each side. Now if you're not going to cut the top off, you can place your clips up high, but I like to cut my top off before I glue it. It gives best results because it gives the glue the chance to grab each piece of paper. So trim the top off once they're all stacked together. Go nice and slow, just hold that ruler down quite firmly. Use a very sharp blade. Cut piece by piece, little bits at a time, and push them away once you've cut through the top layers, and then just keep cutting until you're all the way to the bottom. I don't do the sides yet. I'm going to glue the top first. And then I'll move my clips back up to the top. Just sit it up on something high so you're at eye level, and I'm weighting it down. I'm just using my sticky tape dispenser. Just get your PVA glue and a brush. You can use your finger. Brush it over the top part of your stack, and I'm doing it up and down like this just so it pushes into each sheet. And I've left it a little bit loose in the middle. You see if I push my fingers down, you'll see it move. Then wipe it across in one even wipe. I don't want to wipe any of the glue off. I want to keep a nice even coat. Then move your clips around to the front and leave it. It only takes about 20-30 minutes to dry. Once that's dry, you can put a second coat on. Sometimes you need it, not always, because usually the first coat is what's going to hold those pages together. Leave it dry for another 20-30 minutes if you do a second coat. Weight it down as well as clipping it. Remove the clips, now that's dry, and you can see it and feel it, that it's all those pages have grabbed together. If any falls out, just put them in the next book. You'll get a few casualties from time to time. I'm just using my square ruler and lining it up with the top, and I'll do the same as I did with the top and cut down, going nice and steady, holding firmly on the ruler and cutting down the side And this is just to neaten up all the pages. You don't even have to do this. I'm just a bit of a neat freak sometimes. You very rarely can cut it all through in one go. And then turn it over and do the other side. And you can do the bottom as well, just to tidy it all up and make it look level. None of my pages are all the same length. Some are quite short, and so this way I'm just making my front and my back cover the same length. And that's my book all finished. So when you haven't got any flexible padding compound, use the PVA glue. But I will make one using the flexible padding compound just to do a demonstration and show you the difference. So these are the papers that I'm going to glue together. This time I'm just holding it up, I'm not laying it down on the bench. I have clamped them all together and cut the top. I only put one coat of the flexible padding compound on this, clamped it up, left it to dry. But really there was no difference for me between the padding compound and the PVA glue. For us to use at home, you can certainly use the PVA glue with excellent results. I went ahead and made a dot grid paper notepad just to see if that was going to work with the PVA glue as well, and it sure did. Look how neat and tidy that looks. I'm Donna from Art Craft Crazy. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Catch my next video and I'll show you how to make this little grid dot notepad.